Welcome once again to this training. In this video, I'll be talking to us about um, we'll be looking at the niches for virtual assistant, different niches. Remember in the last video, I mentioned um, different niches for virtual assistant. We talked about the administrative assistant. First of all, we said that there are what we call the general virtual assistant who can do everything. This is because in the virtual assistant industry, we have someone that we call the executive virtual assistant. Such person is expected to manage every other virtual assistant. So they know how to do almost everything that the other virtual assistants they do. So that is it. They know everything about that. So they now become executive VAs. So how can you be an executive VA if you have not moved around? If you have not gone right, if you have not been able to do everything. So we have the general VA first before the niched VA. So these are the niches, just a few that are mentioned here. The administrative assistant, manager. Remember that the social media manager must be a content creator, must know graphic, must know video editing, must know scheduling, must know engagement, must also know how to create online presence, and then they must know how to brand. So these are all the things that are inside the social media management package, or should I say niche. So there is a lead generator. Lead gen has become a very high demand. A lead generator, if you become specialized as a lead gen, you won't look for job will look for you. It's just for you to know what to do. You may add sales closing to it. You may add sales closing to it. You may add okay, no, appointment setting is different. So we have people that telemarketer, cold callers, and appointment setters. Even appointment setters may also add sales closing to it. So we have the digital marketer or email marketing. We have email managers inside the administrative assistant, however. So we have customer support service rep, we have e-commerce and lots more. You may decide after a while to niche down to any of this. But first, you have to be a general VA, and that's my pattern. That's what I emphasize. Because moving around the industry, this is what is obtainable. You should be able to know how everything around it before you niche down. And when you niche down, it becomes easier for you to charge high because you have become a professional in one field. So that is one thing you should understand about niching down as a VA. That's one thing you should understand about niching down as a VA. What even if you can do every other thing, you just have to pick after a while, niche down. That is what I encourage my students to do. All right, take a look at this image, freelancing versus online business. Look at the image. It's a dual personality. These are two people. A freelancer, a tech person is a freelancer. But I am saying that a freelancer should also be an online business person. Should also understand online business. It is very, very important that you learn how to mix freelancing with business. If you just want to be a freelance, this is why so many persons are stranded after gaining skill, because they did not build business around it, they did not build a brand around it. People don't know them. It's only the person that hired you that know you. People around the whole social media, people, all your friends in social, they don't know what you're doing because you're not building a brand, you're not pushing a business. So we encourage you to have a business mindset, and we emphasize it in the academy. From time to time, we host webinar on this to see that students have business, as have virtual assistant business, have a virtual assistant agency, so that when you begin to get more than one client, you have people that are working under you that you can delegate to and pay them. So this is a very, very important part. I have a question to ask you on this. We have a task on this, and I want you to do that task for me. Yes, I really want you to do that task for me. Yes, when I see what you have done, then I will know what else to say. But before then, let's do this. Before then, let's do this. Take a step. How do you start? Take a step, be a virtual assistant. Take a step, join the academy. You have learned so many skills. Oh, I know. You have been taught real move. Oh, I know. You are tired. Oh, I know. This is your last bus stop. This is your last bus stop. Come, let me hold your hand. Let me teach you. Come, let me push you. Let me even push you to be a professional. When I say professional, when I'm giving out my students for to international clients, I'm not shaking. I'm not shaking because I told them and I know what I've told them. I have tested them, I've marked their task. I know what they can do. Come, let me hold your hand and teach you, but you will do one thing for me. You're going to make up your mind to sit down and learn. You're going to make up your mind to be patient to learn. You're going to make up your mind to practice. You're going to make up your mind to become your best. Nobody hires premature or unprofessional. Nobody. Everybody wants to hire the best. That's why the white people want to test first before they see whether they can hire you. They want to be sure that you'll be able to deliver because their onboarding process is very difficult. They don't want a situation where they spend time to onboard you and you don't deliver. So you must know what to do. So when they give you a test, you pass it, they are taking you immediately because they know that you know what you're doing. Come, there is job for you. There are jobs for you, but you only need to know how to need to know what you're doing and know how to get those jobs. Don't be a half baked. Don't move from one place to another. Sit down the way you sat down in your career. Let me teach you. Let Virtual Momsy and her team make you a virtual. In 3 years' time, you may look at it and say, "Oh, Adibin, I started." Time is going. Maybe you've had this in mind and you have been pushing it. If you still don't pay for my training, you're still going to spend the money. You will spend the money. You spend the money. And if you don't come for me to train, you will still come for me to train you. Yes, I know what I'm saying. I've bought courses, I've been to other people's training. So I know I am very intentional. When I talk about being intentional about raising virtual assistants, that's because I have an agency. So when I get clients, I want to recommend my students and I want my students to give the best. So you see why I am intentional? Registration is ongoing. Take a step. Don't miss out. We have 3 months course for both beginners and specialists. Each is 6 weeks. You may want to start with the beginners course, but I encourage you to start with the combo course because you have a discount. Each one is 10,000, two is the both is 20. But from now to 29th, you will pay if you pay from now till the date 29th of this month, you pay 16,500. But if you pay from 29th to 5th of next month, you will pay 20,000. So rush the discount and don't forget to recommend someone. You need to recommend someone. If you refer someone, you have a bonus. And it's good that you refer a friend, a brother, a sister, so that you both can be collaborating and networking during the class period and even when you get some gigs. It is good you recommend, not just because you want the bonus. It's very, very encouraging. You cannot do it alone sometimes. So grab the opportunity now. Join Virtual Momsy Academy. Let us make you a professional virtual assistant that the whole world will be looking at to hire. And I tell you, when you look back in few years' time, you'll be glad you made this decision. Remember, mark my word, you will be glad you made this decision. But don't forget, you must sit down to learn and practice. Thank you very much for coming. I will meet you where I'm going to give you the task. Remember, you must do the task before you will pay for the training. If you don't do the task and you pay for the training, we will not accept you in the academy. Thank you and God bless you.